Welcome back. In this session, let's talk about how to represent sales data in a graphical format. So in the coming sessions, I'm going to talk about not only sales data, I'll talk about financial data as well for our reporting purpose. So these are the two copies downloaded directly from a Microsoft website. I'll upload these two copies into the resources section. Please download. So let me show you the Superstore US 2015 data. So this sheet, this workbook contains 4 sheets actually. So one is the order history, next one is the products, which contains product ID, product name, and it's a kind of little master data, other sheets, return history, return ID, order ID and status, and user details. So user ID, region and manager name. And in the outer history, this is a kind of transactional data. So where it contains serial number, order ID, customer name, and what is the shipment mode, what is the customer segment, and product ID, product margin, and so on like that. You can see some sales related information, discount, unit price, shipping cost, profit, quantity order, new, and something like that. So these are the columns we have. So I'll be loading this data into the Power BI desktop. In the previous video, I talked about how to connect to the SQL server and load the data into the Power BI. So now here I'll be showing you the Excel one. So let me quickly open a Power BI desktop. Yeah, it is open. So I'm telling you it's a straight away Excel. So let's click on Excel. So once you click on Excel, so it look for a file. So there is a file here. Let's select the file, click on open. So once I click on open, depends on the size of the file, it takes a while. Since my file size is very less, that's the reason it's quickly showing the list of available sheets. If you see, it's showing now, if you see Superstore US 2015 XLSX 44 indicates the number of sheets. So now if I select the order history here, let me select the order history here, it allows you to preview the data for the first couple of records along with all columns. You can see it. So the next one is products. So whatever the products are there, you can see in the first couple of records. The return history, similar manner, use the details also. So in this example, I am going to take only orders sheet. You can take it, but if you're not touching that part, even that is nothing to worry. Since again, this data and come and store into the in-memory object. So let's select the order history. So once you select the order history, so the data will be like this. And once you select it, at the bottom, left side bottom, you will be having two options like a load, transform data, and the next option is cancel. If you don't want, let's click on cancel. But why transform data, we'll talk about separately. Let's click on load as it is. So depends on, again I mentioned, depends on the size of the data, it takes a while. Since my sheet contains only around 2000 records, it's very quick. But when you are working with real time, it contains thousands and million records. So that load might take a couple of minutes. Now in this case, it's quicker for me because of this number of records are less. Now if you see in the extreme right side here, if you see order history, what is the name of the sheet, you kept it there, the same name comes here by default. Let's expand this. Here you can see those are all the columns which are available here. So all string columns by default like this, and with the numerical column you get a summation symbol. For date related column you will be getting a hierarchy. If you see here, for date related columns you get a hierarchy. Now, so in this section you have visualizations. So on what format you want to display, you can select this. So now I want to display clustered column chart. Let's select the clustered column chart. Let's make it little bigger. Okay, now what I want to do is, so here the country, if you see the Excel data, the country is United States only for everything. And if I go for city, there are number of cities are there in the sheet actually. Okay, so and let me take some little like a segregated data. I can go for a region or even state. Even states also little more in the United States of America. So let's go for region for time being. So this is a region wise I want to display. So what is the profit or what is the sales? Let me come here. So let's select the region first here. Region. Okay. So region was selected. Now then what do you want? Let's say you want a profit, assume it. Let's go for a profit, the profit. So once you select here, if you see, there are 4 regions are there: East, Central, West and South. See, East, Central, West have their profits like up to some extent, like if you see 85,291.40 is the profit, sum of profit for east, even central has some profit and west has some profit, but south has a negative. Actually it's not a profit, it's kind of loss. You want to add sales as well? Yes, let's add a sales also along with that. If you add a sales, now if you see, so you got a now different colors as well. Let me minimize this filter section for time being. Let me minimize this visualization just to understand. Here if you see, this color, this light color coming as a profit, and this color, a dark color, coming as sales. You can see in the legend actually in the top. Okay, so now you can see it like a, so sales versus profit, you can see here. Okay, so this is how we represent the data in a graphical format. The same thing, like you can convert that into, let us say, let me remove now profit for time being. Okay, now let's change that into some pie chart. Let's select this. Now you can see. So in this pie chart, how the sales is occupied within 100%. Now if you see here, the east is contributed around 30%, even south 18% only, even central 23%, and west 27%. Mostly if you see, the east has little more contribution when compared with other regions. So that's it. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.